Hi everyone, Jeff Gayduk here from Destination Reunions, and with me again today is our family travel expert, Nancy Schretter. Nancy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing very well, doing very well. Looking forward
Great.
to the holiday season, although it's going to be very different than what we've experienced
Oh, yeah.
recently. Yep, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to get you on today is, you certainly have your pulse on the family travel market and wanted to check in with you and just to see what are some of the holiday trends in
Right,
travel that you're seeing.
right. Well, unfortunately, Jeff, right now, I think the hottest holiday travel trend is staying home. As the coronavirus pandemic rages around the United States, the bulk of Americans are going to be staying at home for Thanksgiving and the December holidays. And given the circumstances, many people are rethinking their holiday traditions and large family get-togethers. But for some, though, that doesn't necessarily mean staying at home. MMGY's most recent travel survey found that about half of respondents still plan to take trips between November and early January, with about 25% traveling for Thanksgiving, about 31% traveling for the December holidays, and about 15% are heading out for New Year's celebrations. And among those who are planning to travel during the holiday season, some of the key trends include, well, definitely domestic holiday travel. Close to about 90% of those who are planning to travel will be staying close to home this holiday season. The majority are planning to travel sort of less than 500 miles from home. As you can imagine, during the holiday season, getting together with family and friends is big. About 45% of holiday travelers plan to visit with family and friends on their holiday trips. Otherwise, family leisure vacations are the most popular other type of holiday trip, with about 25% of those who will be traveling indicating that they're going to be on a family leisure trip together. Obviously, road trips still reign supreme. About 3/4 of holiday travelers are planning to still travel by car this holiday season. More than about a third of holiday travelers plan to stay in a hotel, about 20% at a resort, and short-term vacation rentals are also popular with holiday travelers this year. As been the case throughout the COVID season, travelers are booking more last minute than ever. Most travelers are booking less than about a month in advance of when they want to travel, particularly since they're looking at the current pandemic conditions and navigating the risks. And as you can imagine, health, safety, and security are continuing to take center stage. Travelers are still looking for complete transparency when it comes to safety and sanitation measures. And in addition, flexibility in the absence of cancellation and rebooking fees have become very important factors in booking and decision making for today's holiday travelers.
Really smart analysis there and pulling statistics in, and also some of the anecdotes that we've picked up throughout this
Yeah.
process. I think that's super spot on. Nancy, do you have any insight as far as who's traveling over the holiday season?
Well, yeah, although most Americans are staying at home, millennials definitely lead the pack in terms of those who are traveling. MMGY's most recent survey found that about 35% of millennials are going to be traveling for Thanksgiving, compared to only about 23% of Gen X Americans, 18% of younger baby boomers, and about 8% of older baby boomers. As we're looking forward into the December holidays, millennials still eclipse other vacations in similar proportions. About 43% of millennials are planning to travel during the December holidays and New Year's. As has been the case throughout COVID, we've seen a new trend, which is vacation pods. Families and travelers are forming travel pods or vacation pods to allow them to minimize their risk while they're traveling as a group. Typically, these are 2 or more households who have followed COVID quarantining and social distancing guidelines for a period of time in order to safely travel together. And as we're looking at these vacation pods or travel pods and who's in those, multifamily travel has taken precedence over multi-generational travel during this COVID pandemic time. Since families often want to keep older family members safe at home, these multi-family groups allow them to quarantine and still travel and have fun together. Travel pods like this often include siblings with children, so maybe a sister and a brother traveling together with kids around the same age, or neighborhood or school families who have kids of similar ages. And during this holiday season, look for more travelers with pets. More Americans than ever have gotten puppies and adopted dogs during the COVID pandemic. And now these folks want to travel with their dogs, and that extends to the holidays and beyond.
Yeah, you can't forget about Fido at home. I can give you
Absolutely not.
a personal attestment. My sister owns a pet sitting business, and
Yeah.
they've been busy as ever because of exactly what you're saying is people who have gotten dogs and cats. And while more of them are traveling with them, there's also
A lot of people
people that
can't.
want to travel and for whatever reason can't bring the pets. So
Exactly.
in vacation destinations, that's becoming something you need to consider more than ever.
That's right.
So Nancy, you alluded a couple times to, many people are not traveling over the holiday season. So, can you talk a little bit about that audience and what they're feeling and maybe what they're looking forward to in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of people who aren't going to be able to travel together this year, and they're really craving time with family and friends. While relationships and family ties have always been valued, now that time to sort of bond and reconnect and make those family memories while traveling together has become even more cherished. And so, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And because people can't travel, they're dreaming about travel. Today's travelers are more grateful than ever. They no longer take travel for granted. That thought that you can just jump on a plane for that last minute thing and run off to Europe, that's not really happening right now. A recent Booking.com study showed that over 90% of travelers spent time looking for vacation inspiration during the pandemic. People want to dream about their favorite places right now and start planning that trip. So the good news is, and there's always some good news somewhere, there's tremendous pent-up demand for travel. There's a tidal wave of travel coming, just like it did after 9/11. There was a big togethering trend that happened right after that, and that caused a big travel wave. And that kind of big tidal wave is expected again. The recent positive vaccine news is giving travelers a new hope, and they're starting to dream and plan about where they're going to travel next, often in the company of family and friends.
Really spot on there. I could just see the scenario playing out. If you can't be with those that you love over the holiday season, what you can do is plan for the future. So many of those conversations and emails and Facebook chats are taking place as far as where are we going to go next.
Jeff, it gives you something to look forward to. And that's something that makes people happy. And planning travel makes people happy. And just having something to look forward to during this sort of dark time is something that's really important for people.
So Nancy, last question for you is looking at this holiday season. What are some of the opportunities that you see out there in the marketplace?
Well, certainly drive-through events are a very popular holiday option this year, particularly holiday light shows. And there's some great ones out there, including Virginia Beach's Drive on Boardwalk Holiday Light Show. Hershey, Pennsylvania has Hershey Sweet Lights going on, Celebration in the Oaks in New Orleans, and Woodland Park Zoo's Wild Lanterns display in Seattle. So when you're thinking about things to do, another great option is virtual holiday events. Think about experiences like a virtual tour of those holiday light shows for those who can't be there this year and really wish they could. And special virtual holiday events for families and children. I'm seeing some destinations doing virtual walking tours of beautiful spaces decorated for the holiday season, particularly if those are annual traditions that are much loved by families who might not be able to travel this year. And other resorts are featuring special holiday musical performances and entertainment events, all showcasing the special appeal of their properties because people are starved for the holidays this year. And these types of virtual events allow them to sort of experience the destination and celebrate. And with everyone craving travel, this period of time can be a key time for reaching out to prospective guests. As travelers are dreaming about these future trips, now is a good time to sort of reach out and find good ways to connect. It's important to not miss this planning cycle that's taking place now as cooped up would-be travelers are researching possibilities and future options, both domestic but also international. And this is particularly true for family travelers, millennial travelers, and adventure travelers who are expected to lead the way out of this COVID travel slump. Interestingly enough, too, some brands are also reimagining the holidays. While many people aren't traveling during this festive season this year, that doesn't mean that they're not dreaming about celebrating them together with family and friends at a future date. So some travel companies are looking at how they can reimagine the holidays and perhaps give families a chance to reunite and celebrate much earlier than next December. For example, Uniworld Boutique River Cruise is offering travelers a chance for a holiday redo with their Christmas in July river cruises, complete with European Christmas markets on board, festive decor, holiday activities, and even the chance to capture a 2021 holiday card with Santa right in front of the tree. Now, that to me sounds like lots of fun.
Absolutely. Well, it's leave it to the travel industry to create these innovative ideas
Yeah,
and giving people a reason to dream. It
right,
certainly shows the vibrancy of the market. And even if
right.
people aren't traveling now, they're, as you pointed to earlier, they're looking to what that next opportunity is. So I guess the message there from a supplier standpoint, whether it's a destination or hotel, is you've got to get your name out there. You've got to
Yeah,
be present
exactly.
in front of your customers. This is no time to hide.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Well, Nancy, as always, I appreciate your insight. Awesome information today. Very helpful. And I'll look forward to catching up with you soon and talking about post-pandemic travel for families and reunions.
Looking forward to it, Jeff.